Charlie's butt. When you climax,
Oh god.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're checking for testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
But they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
'Cause they're looking for lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all.
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never
I
had it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hit.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There are two actual songs.
It's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what
one,
he sent me a picture.
Ready?
Ready
Two.
to
Party!
We're ready
to party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield, and Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in
is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice.
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in 01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is you boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then do you just order the two different pieces, or do you order
You say,
a
I want the
McGangbang?
surf and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we having
We can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and then she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I
You
thought that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay.
Let's do some
We're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 334.
It is Pi Day. 3.14.
Again?
What?
Oh,
Again.
March 14th. I was
March
thinking
14th. What?
334. That
Yeah.
doesn't sound
Again?
right. The date
Again
is
what?
Pi Day, yes.
What do you mean again?
We had pod day. We had pod day last year.
It's the second Pi Day.
I can't talk already.
Oh my gosh.
This is an audio show.
And a
Or
video
what'd you say? This is a
This is a listening show.
This is a listening show. That's pretty old.
Yeah, that is. What is your favorite pie? I think we've talked about
Pumpkin.
this. What?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, really? You can go for that all year, huh?
I could. I don't. I just don't eat pie.
I
but
like to savor it
it's,
for Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's-
I agree. I think pumpkin
I
I
agree.
pie.
think it's a toss-up between that
peanut
and
butter is real good too, and that can be all year round.
peanut
though.
butter pie. I've never really. I don't think I've had that.
Oh, that's
Is it
good
just
stuff.
you dump a bunch of peanut butter in the middle and put frosting on it?
No, it's like a peanut butter cream, so it's not.
Oh,
as
peanut butter
thick.
cream pie. So it's like a fluffy thing.
Well, I never called it peanut butter cream pie. It's always been.
Well,
peanut
there's
butter
cream
pie.
pies and there's like pies.
It's not a. It's just a. It's a thinner,
Yeah.
frothier
Yeah,
filling.
a cream
than-
pie.
But it's not a cream pie. It's not cream. It's peanut butter pie.
Tested
Yeah, but they
something.
have to like mix it with something to make it like creamier.
Sure, I don't know what that
and-
is.
Not- that's
Cream?
not- that-
I don't know. I'm not a baker,
Well, I know what you're talking about. It's a peanut butter cream pie.
but it's not. It's
You
a
guys are
peanut
having
butter
the
pie.
most interesting conversation while I'm having trouble with OBS over here.
Well, I'm very interested to try a peanut butter cream pie.
How about just a peanut butter pie?
That just sounds like I,
thought that
took a
was the
jar
same
of peanut
thing.
butter and stuck it
Maybe
in the middle of a
we'll-
pan and
I'm
put.
gonna find both and we'll compare.
That's fine. I don't care.
What is that?
I like peanut butter and I like cream
Oh my gosh.
and I like pie.
All right. Well,
What are you
What's
trying
yours?
to do?
You didn't say yours.
my favorite
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a toss-up between apple and pumpkin. Depends on I love pumpkin, but apple has to be not store-bought. So
Not
that's-
McDonald's.
That's difficult to get. A lot of people don't normally go for that route.
So that's what he says on American Pie. He's like, McDonald's or homemade?
Let's see if this is gonna work.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Just doing a test on cameras here.
Testing.
You don't have to do anything else.
View 1.
View 2.
View 2. Go to view 2. Whoa. View 3. And view 4.
It's sluggish.
Wait, there's view 5 too.
Well, the problem is this
Where's you and Brett? That's view 5.
Oh no, I'm trying to get this. I'm doing something with OBS right now, so just leave me be.
Just like be.
I'll figure it out here when we restart my computer or something. So yeah, we took a week off from mainly Brett. You're
Yeah, I
dealing with
have
lot.
a problem with my leg, my foot.
Did
my
you
knee.
really go into detail, or do you want to?
No, it's. I mean, I went into detail with the right leg a while ago. So basically, whatever happened with my right leg has now happened with my left leg. So I'm on the recovery.
So are you actually getting therapy done?
No.
Oh well.
No
that's
therapy. He's healing.
just healing, just letting it be.
He's healing.
So are you sitting down a lot more often right now at work?
Well, as much as I could at work, but it's a busy time right now.
Yeah.
We got some things changing, and my boss just got promoted, so we are without a leader for the time being. So
What do you do not
Does that
stepping
make
up?
you a leader?
What's going on
well,
here?
I mean, yes, but I guess in an official capacity we are leaderless. But me and my peers are steering the ship this week, and then
What's that sound?
they will.
Is that me? What is it?
I don't know. It sounded like somebody farting
No,
on my
it was
end.
over there.
Oh.
Oh, it's Jake.
Oh, okay. I can't hear with my headphones on. It just sounded like
Were
it
you
was
looking
coming-
right over at me?
Well,
I'm like,
it's
I
because
don't know where sound
it
comes
sounded
from.
like somebody was just like farting, like letting loose in their chair, and My sound came from over here, even though the sound's coming from over here. So that's how good these headphones
Why do you think
are.
I'm looking around? I'm like, I don't know where the sound came from.
I'm like, hey, guess what, guys? People can hear that. You might want to like hold it until the end of the show.
What's the Star Wars looking thing on the table? Is what Jeff is asking.
It's actually from Halo. It's a sword weapon that is actually a lamp that I'm gonna put here too.
We're gonna
display.
put it in our corner somewhere, one of our corners, maybe over there. We got a lot of good lighting. Maybe not. No, actually, we need it over here because we have no lighting on this side of the room.
Well, I admit it doesn't put out a lot of good light.
Well,
so it's really more for absolute decoration.
Alex, where the hell did you put my Minecraft thing? Oh, it's all the way down there. Remember my Minecraft lamp?
Yeah, we've got the light.
That thing
there.
didn't really do a whole lot either. It didn't project a lot.
We could also just leave it on this table because it's
Yeah, why
honestly on the
not?
show. Look what it did. It attracted somebody to go, hey, what's that thing on the table?
I mean, we got stuff on the table right now.
Conversation piece.
Yeah.
It is a conversation piece. It's one of my favorite weapons to use on Halo, aside from the hammer.
Speaking of Halo, we've been playing that lately.
Yeah.
Liking the new maps.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a gripe with any of the new maps.
Yes, you do.
Which one?
The one it has like, I don't know what it's called. It's the one that has like the base in the middle, and then like an area where you could fall down on this side, but it has like a little base thingy over here. But then it has like little mountains and stuff over here on the opposite side. You hate it for Slayer, but it's a good like SWAT map.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That one
It's
has
like a
bridge,
grassy mountain.
has two bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah. See?
That one's terrible. But that's not a Forge one, but that's one of the ones that they made.
But that's really like the only one.
That's good for SWAT, but only the regular BR SWAT. Stop giving me this goddamn.
I don't know what the gun is, and I don't care.
It's not the bandit. It's the bandit.
It's the one that goes.
No, the commando.
Is that what it is?
Do you remember the commando in Halo? You played the campaign, right?
No, I hate it.
It's awful.
It's bad for SWAT. I don't know why they would even choose for that to be a gun in SWAT.
I got something else about today. Yeah, well, actually, it's yesterday. Is the 14th anniversary of Resident Evil 5.
Wow.
It's been 14 years.
Yeah.
It's been 84 years.
You know, I kind of measure Resident Evil as the last real game that we really talked about with Adam.
Yeah.
I do too. I associate Resident Evil 5 with
he
Adam.
played Gears too.
Well, yeah, and he played a little bit of Halo with us. But
I feel like Resident Evil.
I think
5
Resident Evil was his last hurrah before he moved on out and shipped up, and now he's doing his own thing elsewhere. But we haven't really spoken of him. He's kind of like the who's this guy they're speaking of.
Right.
So yeah.
That 4 remake. There's a demo out now that's been getting some good buzz, and 4 comes out on the 24th.
Isn't on the PlayStation, right?
I think it's on both.
Are you gonna try the demo out?
Nah, but I might. If it gets reviewed well, I might just get it at some point when it's on sale.
Did you get the other one, Resident Evil 2?
No, but I not only because I've been playing God of War and Star Wars and whatever the else I'm playing. I just thought I'm gonna wait until I have a gap because I'm tied up right now.
Okay, yeah. Messing with something on my phone here. So we should probably get into playing and watching. Got a few things to talk about. Alex and I can talk about last week's episode of The Last of Us a little bit.
We have not watched.
We haven't watched the season finale,
which I'm so sad that it feels like it's already. Like it's not. I don't feel like it's time yet. I feel like it's so quickly. What episode number is this?
This is episode 9 is when we have to watch.
Really?
So we only did 9 episodes for this.
Yeah,
season.
so it is a short. Well,
and it's not
I guess
even
compared
a long
to a lot
episode
of.
It's like a 45-minute episode too.
I know, but I feel like it's compared to a lot of other TV shows. 9 episodes is not really a lot. But it's been a very, 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 very good 9 episodes. Well, 8 so far. I have not watched 9.
Right. It's the last one made us cry a little bit with Ellie's redemption.
Yes.
Great.
I'll just say it was a 10 out of 10 episode.
Very much so. Afterwards, Alex was like staring off into space like that.
I was like, I had to like step back and kind of take in what I just watched.
You had to gather yourself.
Yes. It was a very emotional. I mean, it was a wow episode. Like it's really hard not to do a spoiler on it just because I don't want to. It's too fresh of a show to be talking that in depth about it.
True. But
But
I will
I
say
absolutely
it's,
loved it.
no, who's it? Nolan North, right?
I think you were looking into that.
So who was it? Who was it that they had?
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, that's what it was. Troy Baker. He made a great.
He's the actual voice
of Joel.
Yeah. And he
I
made.
get those
I
two-
like how they're
the
actually
two- the
taking
biggest
the
voices.
voice actors from the game and putting them in the show.
Well, yeah, because the last episode has Ellie in it,
Mhm.
so we get to see her being portrayed. Well, the actress being in
Yeah.
the actual show.
But I
someone
like
else.
that they're doing that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And every time you watch an episode, generally they will have like a behind the scenes afterwards, and like, you know, what episode's coming up, and then they'll do a behind the scenes of the episode that you just watched.
Mhm.
And they always interview like the voice actor from the game. They're like, it's so cool to take my character and put it like
yeah, it's
in
pretty
real
interesting
life.
how that. But he didn't want to portray himself. He wanted to be something else.
Well, yeah, they're not
and he was happy.
necessarily all portraying the people that
He was happy
they
to be
are.
who he was in the
Yeah.
show too. So just happy to be there.
Yeah, we can't say much about.
Can't
it,
say much
though.
about it, but I'm gonna
Yes.
give that one a 10 definitely.
I give it a 10.
You watching
out of
anything,
10.
Brett? Anything new?
No,
Okay.
I'm not watching anything new, but I started doing some of the free area in Lego Star Wars, and once you get started with that,
I'm
Just
probably never
forget
going to
about
do
it.
that because I already get lost in the regular campaign.
it's just so I finished episodes 1 through 6. I haven't done 7, 8, 9, but
Yeah.
I've gone to some of the areas just to do the free play and collect all the stuff, and that gets addictive because it's pretty easy to get, even though each area has, you could clear out an area in probably 40 minutes or
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just because there's 1,200 Kyber bricks in the game,
Jeez.
so they're not too complicated. Otherwise, you could spend hundreds of hours doing it.
There are
so.
puzzles to getting them. You just have to
Yes,
recognize
and
what
they're not there.
to do.
I mean, we walk around, you can figure it out.
Mhm.
One thing I didn't know or I didn't get was all the different abilities, because there's like 8 different character classes and they all have different abilities. So
Right.
the game, once you get into it, it does a good job of telling you how to do things. So
Right.
once I figured that out, it's going right along. And I usually in free play I play a lot with Jango Fett because he has the jetpack
Mhm.
and he has dual blasters, so they're pretty quick. So I usually play as him and then a Jedi for the double jump, but
Oh.
been going the distance with them.
You're playing that on the Game Pass still, right?
Yep.
Right.
And then of course God of War Ragnarok, which is really good. Had a big old monster battle today.
Alex and I have to do a quick review on Scream 6.
Mm.
We did see that over the weekend. So, little
Yeah.
spoiler-free review here.
Spoiler free.
First of all, I want to mention this for the 1,000th time. I am so happy. I buy my own seats, get my tickets ahead of
I
time,
forgot
have my
already.
seats selected. Screw you and you're going to the theater and going there ahead of time business. Alex and I didn't have time to get there ahead of time. We had our seats taken. And we're like, sorry, these are ours. And they're like, oh, I think we're down in B. We were in F.
We were in like the middle of the theater, and they're like Josh automatically goes up. I can see already that full middle row up, like, basically the best seats in the house, in my opinion.
Where are we?
We're already taken. And I was like, someone's in our freaking seats. Here we go.
Yep.
And Josh takes his flashlight and he's like, oh, you're in our seats. And of course, like, these younger kids are like, oh, and then they start whispering to their friends off to the side who apparently bought those tickets.
Yeah, next to us.
Next to us, and they were like, oh, yeah, you're right. I think we're in B. Is this not B? And we're like, dude, you're in the middle of the freaking theater. Do you not know your freaking alphabet?
Alphabet.
Do you not know your freaking alphabet? I'm like,
Yeah.
there is no way B is in the middle of this whole like row situation that we
So,
have here.
We had our seats.
Was it full?
Oh
yeah.
my god! Saturday
when
night
we were
was
done
ridiculous.
with the movie, we went outside and there were 2 cops in the parking lot to
it
keep
was like we
traffic
seriously
moving.
timed not time jumped, but went back in time to like 2004.
It was busy.
Like, I mean, every
I haven't
every
seen a
parking
theater that
spot
busy
was
before.
taken, and there were lines.
Not in this decade have I seen a theater
No,
that busy.
like it felt like we were back in like early high school again.
Crazy. So I don't know what's in theaters right now to do that. There's Scream and then what's the other one? What movie did we just see though?
Creed.
Ant-Man.
Creed
and
3
Creed.
is in.
I think I
Those
don't
are
know
the three.
anything
Those are the
else.
3 big ones. Ant-Man's still big. So
Probably. But
those are the big 3. And
Ant-Man
then
also came out like.
John Wick is going to be coming out next
But
week.
that's
and
not
the theater's
what's
gonna
out
be,
right now.
It's going to be packed
Probably.
next week too.
But yeah,
It's got-
even our theater
It's got a
had
10.
like
2 weeks yet.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's next week.
24th. That's not next week. Well, that's
well
a week from Friday.
a week. Yeah, you got like.
Yeah, next week. Next calendar week is when it comes
I
out.
guess, yeah. But yeah, like our theater for watching Scream 6 was packed.
It was great.
Like I think that's.
Reactions to everything. It was like a.
I know,
it was like
and
a
it
perfect
felt
theater
great
moment.
because the whole audience was reacting at the same time, and I was like, oh yeah, it feels like we're like actually like in a theater again.
It was a good experience. Yeah. I gotta say, for my quick review of this, good killer. It mirrors one of the previous movies. I'm not gonna say which one, but it does it very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still riding on an eventual killer that they haven't revisited yet, but they have mentioned it.
They break a lot of like.
They break some fourth walls.
They break
that are
a
like,
lot of fourth walls in this movie to mention.
They're like, but
like-
did it? But
like,
did
but
it?
they head nod the fact that they're reading people's comments and fans of the series that
Yeah.
it's or franchise, I guess is what I should say.
Yeah.
Like they're recognizing what people
No,
want
did they
to
say
see.
a saga? Is that what they
No,
said?
franchise.
We're in a franchise. This
Franchise. Now.
Time? Okay.
Yes. So there's different rules
And
because now we're in a
I am
franchise.
actually all in with this cast this time around. Scream 5, I hated them.
I hated it. I hated
They
it.
fleshed them out so well this time around. Every single one of them was great.
There's a comic relief, but the comic relief is
Proper.
like exactly what you need.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it is not too much and like not barely there. It's when you need it.
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
I agree, actually.
My list
Yeah.
goes 1, 4, 6, 2, 3, 5.
Yes, that's right. I agreed with you.
I
on
almost
that.
switched 2 and 6 today where I was like, oh, is 2 better? No, I think I like this one a little bit more.
No, this one's actually a bit more. As far as gore goes,
It's good.
this is, I think, the
It's
goriest.
It's not.
Yes, this one is the goriest.
I think the last one had a little
No.
bit bloodier of a
I
scene.
don't think so. Compared to how much killing is in this one and how much blood is in this one,
Decapitation.
that's like the one line, okay? Compared to like all the other movies and how real versus like, you know, Scream, the older movies, like the beginning, you could easily
You can feel
spoof
the
and make
you
fun
can feel
of.
the fakeness.
This
of
one
it.
actually feels more like, wow, they should have waited till Halloween to bring this one out because this was like
It was good.
a true like horror slasher movie.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I give
that-
it an 8.5.
I'm glad it came out so fast after 5.
Yeah.
I know. Because 5 was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And it felt fresh.
January last year.
Like I didn't need a refresher though going into this one. You just got it. You know, you just like, okay, you're there's characters, you're here, and it's great.
Yeah. And they really do a good job in this movie keeping you on your toes. There's not really a let's just sit back and talk for a long time and you're like sitting there trying to fall asleep like somebody freaking did in the theater
There
at
was
the
somebody
end.
snoring when the killer was revealed.
Like he was down in like 2 rows, I think, right here in front of us. Like, and you could just hear it like when there wasn't like somebody talking. You're but you could also tell from the back of his head he was much older. So, like he was taking his grandkids or something to
Oh
it.
my gosh! I think they nudged him awake.
They did.
Um,
yeah.
A little bit of NFL news before we go into go into the movie of the week. Probably, Jimmy Garoppolo got signed to Vegas.
He did, and Darren Waller got traded to New York.
A lot of trades happening here. It's
So,
crazy.
A lot of moves being
Minnesota dropped Thielen. I don't know if we talked about that. I
don't think we did.
Very sad.
No, because it just happened within the last.
Last week, right?
Week, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very sad about that.
Jalen Ramsey is off the Rams, and he's in Miami.
Mm-hmm. Rodgers is still schmoozing for the Jets.
He
Nothing
is.
official. Some
You
people have
have-
said it's official.
You
but it's
have
not.
to make sure. I know Brett's never really seen The Office, but you really have to show him.
I have seen The Office.
Yes, he was. That's
It's
part
a
of the movie club,
movie.
which we have a list of.
No,
You
The
want me to check?
Office.
The
Our
Office.
show.
I've
He's watched The
seen
Office.
The Office show.
Well, who's?
What are you doing?
Am I just like messing things up?
Well, we didn't mention The Office after a while.
here? Either way, that thing that you showed me about Aaron Rodgers walking around going, "Everyone's looking at me."
Everyone
like
is looking
there's a
at
scene
me.
from The
When
Office.
Kevin's like talking about the
I don't
whatever-
remember,
when,
but
when they
they're
want
like,
the
what
leads
do
or something,
I
right?
want? And
What
he just
do
like walks around.
I
What do
want?
I want? And it was like the best for what's going on with Aaron Rodgers right
Yeah.
now. It was perfect.
Well,
It's
what
good.
I know what he doesn't want, and what he doesn't want to do is go to training camp or OTAs. He doesn't want to pal around with the younger players, especially the receivers. He wants to bring in his friends that are veterans. He's just I don't even know why he won't retire, because to have that kind of situation,
He wants to play, but he wants
somewhere-
it his way.
he wants to play on Sunday, and that's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to practice.
It's not going to happen.
Well, you can't play in the NFL like that, even for Aaron Rodgers. You just
No.
He thinks he's Russell Wilson getting his own locker
Right.
room and office.
which
and-
that's
I hear that's dropped.
that's
everything.
how they that it did for Russell Wilson. Yes,
Mhm.
Sean Payton threw that out, but
He's like, nope.
when Brett Favre went to the Jets, that's how they treated him. I don't know if they gave him an office, but they treated him like a king,
royalty?
and it did not go well.
Nothing happened with it. It was sad. One of their big signing, the Niners signed Darnold for a year. That's kind of weird.
Sam Darnold. Yeah.
That's kind of weird. And Carr went to the Saints.
Yep,
so-
he sure
Okay.
did.
I was hoping he'd go to Minnesota, but Minnesota did not re-sign.
So what's that going to
Cousins.
say for Minnesota dropping Thielen? That just gives us basically extra money to
Build.
and buy
Yeah,
who
we're
we
building.
want.
And
Bring
I also
in-
just read that we're not looking to get rid of Cook.
Good.
They were like, we can trade him, but we don't want to.
That also means with not re-signing Cousins or extending his contract, that they'll probably draft a quarterback.
We actually just re-signed one of our backups. Mullins.
I thought you said it's official that this is Cousins last
This
year.
is his last year.
Okay.
He's not getting an extension
Which
right
is
now.
why they
So why
will-
they would get a quarterback now to basically
Correct.
train under him?
unless they
We're
want
at the end of another
unless
quarterback,
they
Alex. Here we
have
go.
I don't know who their other quarterbacks are, but I don't think they have anyone.
I just said
that-
one of them.
Which one?
Well, that's
That's
I-
the backup.
But what I mean is, I don't know if they want him to.
Well,
Take
people
over?
people were
Just go
giving
on,
him
yes.
praise when they said they signed him. So they said that he did pretty good against the Raiders. I didn't see the game. Maybe it was during the preseason or something. Mullins.
Oh.
We saw him
I've
play
heard that-
when we went against the Cowboys because they pulled Cousins out.
Yeah, and he actually did good. He was moving the
well,
ball better
because
than
the
Cousins.
Cowboys didn't give a shit at that point. It's the end of
I
the
know,
fourth
but
quarter.
I'm saying how he played, he moved
Yeah.
better and faster
Mhm.
than Cousins, and he kept the ball going. He didn't hold the ball.
Quick thing about the XFL this time. The Battlehawks won against the Renegades 24-11. They are now 3-1 at home. And there were 38,000 fans in the stands. Tell
A
me they're
lot.
not getting popular.
Man, there was a lot. They played very
St. Louis
well.
wants a team, and they show it. Both DC and St. Louis are enjoying themselves because DC won again. They're undefeated. They're 4-0. So see how that goes when later on in the season. Maybe they're all just. I think there's only 13 weeks. They said on their website. All right, let's talk about the movie club. Right, from dusk till dawn.
We forgot about playing and
We
watching.
didn't forget. We just talked about playing and watching.
Yeah, I know. You forgot about.
I
we
didn't forget
started
about
up
shit. Where we start up?
Destiny.
We didn't really start it up. We got teased because you didn't buy it apparently.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
I was just gonna save that for your Twitch.
So
Oh,
you
okay.
didn't play it.
Well, like we.
We played.
So Lightfall, the expansion or the DLC came
Uh-huh.
out, and in the past, for
we've had to,
most, not all.
we've had to buy it twice before.
Yes, in the past, we've just had to, because we game share, we've just had to buy it once. Well, the thing is, it'll let you play the whole, like, first mission and everything until a point, and then it'll be like, you don't have Lightfall. On my end, because he bought it under his account. So we're sitting here trying to figure out, maybe I need to reset my game. And, like, spending, like, the first 2 hours of my stream trying to figure things out
She
and
went
playing
through
the
the
first
campaign.
mission.
She went
And
through the
then
mission again
yeah, I went through the first mission again
because she thought it
to
was
speed
bugged.
run it because like
That's
maybe
right.
it bugged out, just to find out that they said, oh no, for real, you actually I had to go to the message boards on Reddit and everything else. Oh, you have to buy it twice.
Mhm.
So we'll eventually, we are going to get it because it is amazing. It's spectacular.
Destiny.
So it's definitely worth getting it twice. But this will definitely make it, besides Rock Band, I guess,
the most
the
invested
most
game.
expensive game.
Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 are the most expensive. Well, Rock Band
or
we've-
the most
we've-
money that we've ever put into
Those
a
are
game.
the two most games we've invested because Rock Band we went from Rock Band 2 or 2 on Xbox 360, and we've expanded to 4.
Mm-hmm. And we're
But-
still buying music.
Yeah. They're still bringing it up.
Before you move on to the
No, you're
movie, a couple things to note.
Mhm.
Your movie won like everything at the Oscars.
Everything, everywhere, all
I
at
know,
once.
right?
And,
Yes.
And Brendan Fraser got, what was it, Best Actor?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe so.
So that was pretty
Alex.
cool.
What's his name?
I don't know his name. He's
Short Round.
yeah, Short Round.
He's in Encino Man. He's one of the
He
nerds
is?
at the high school. He talks to Pauly Shore.
I guess
I remember the
I
scene.
don't remember it.
Yes. So Sean Astin brought him in for that movie.
Oh.
He's a
Right.
teenager in that movie.
Oh man, we'll have to. Yeah.
It was pretty cool to see
It's a great
him
movie.
and Harrison Ford
Guys,
embrace.
they're gosh, that's not the first time they saw it. They saw each other. He told the story at the SAG Screen Actors Guild Awards.
SAG Awards.
He told the story about when they first met up after 20 years.
Mm.
He told I'll have to show you the
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's pretty
It brought me to tears a
emotional.
little bit.
Yeah.
It's like the way that they just embraced each other, and the way that sounds. It makes it sound like he's not in the new indie movie, which is unfortunate because
don't
that's
think-
what I was hoping for.
I don't think he needs to be.
Why not?
I don't
He's
know.
the only callback character that they haven't shown yet. That'd be like
Very
really cool.
Very true, but that pretty much proves he's not going to be
That
in
I
it.
care about anyway. Let's not go there.
Yeah. But no, I'm happy that he got himself an Oscar.
Yeah.
So, and his acceptance speech was very emotional as well. So
True. Yeah. So from Dusk Till Dawn, this movie came out in 1996, and this was Brett's choice for the movie club. And this movie, the synopsis: 2 criminals and their hostages unknowingly seek temporary refuge in a truck stop populated by vampires with chaotic results. And there's a big list of people. I'll list a few: Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, Juliette Lewis, Quentin Tarantino, Selma Hayek, Cheech Marin, and Danny Trejo. Brett, why'd you like this movie?
So I landed on this movie on TV years ago.
TV.
So
So
I don't know
made for
how
TV.
this could even
Was it on
be on
TNT?
TV.
No, it was on like Fox. It was probably in
Okay.
like 1998. You know, I was a teenager, but I know.
No, it'd be later.
Yeah, they've been about 13 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? And I didn't even like start at the beginning. It was close to the beginning, but it wasn't true at the beginning.
Okay.
I just watched it and like I sat with it and watched the whole thing. Like, this movie is fucking weird.
It is a weird movie.
And so then when I was old enough to rent it, I watched it from beginning to end. And I'm like, wow, this is way worse than what it was on TV, of course.
The
But I
atmosphere,
always liked
man.
it from then on.
Yeah?
It's a cult movie.
Very much so.
But,
Tarantino doing his thing.
It's got some interesting things about it.
I'm very like the entertainment value in this movie is there. I really hated Tarantino's character.
He
Like,
was a terrible
lot.
person. I mean, they were both really terrible, but he especially was
George
a
Clooney
terrible
was
person.
redeemable, I guess. Seemed like it for one of the first times. I was like, oh, I'm rooting for him. What? Why are you keeping your mouth shut?
Because you said you didn't like Quentin Tarantino's character.
Yeah,
I did.
you did.
Yeah. Not as a person,
Right.
but I just think that the way
His acting.
his acting and just how they get you in his head and how fucked up he is,
Okay.
they did a very good job, and I recognized it.
Oh,
I was like, oh, damn. Like, I don't know, it's just very shocking and almost like you kind of want to learn more about him and why he is the way he is. Kind of
you
like,
don't get to learn that.
I don't know. No.
There's 2 other movies and a series of this,
Mhm.
I believe.
Yep.
It's crazy. That's crazy. Not how I thought this movie was gonna go or look. I thought it was gonna look similar to Legion. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Yes. Mhm.
Have you ever seen Legion?
Mm-mm.
Don't. I'm not.
Yeah,
That's
don't-
never
don't.
gonna be suggested for the PTO Club from
Don't.
us ever. It's
bad.
It's not good. Who's it have? Randy Quaid in it? Or not
I
Randy
don't
Quaid?
re- I don't
Dennis
even-
Quaid. Dennis Quaid's in
Dennis
it.
Quaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the only leading actor in it. George Clooney did pretty good as an anti-hero. Everyone is so young in this film.
Yeah.
Like,
Everyone.
Harvey Keitel, like even him, like he looks. Well, he doesn't look like he ever ages.
Who's the guy that plays multiple characters?
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech, yeah. And we
Yeah.
caught him in how many characters?
3.
4? 3?
3.
Yeah.
plays the border control. He plays the guy who I guess his name is Pussy Pete, I think is how he's credited.
Yeah.
And then he plays Carlos at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It's kind of weird seeing that. Danny Trejo, he is so young too.
It's weird seeing a young Danny Trejo because Danny Trejo, it doesn't matter right now as he ages. Like, I feel like he just has a specific look.
Yeah. He didn't have it.
But he didn't have it in this movie. Like, you knew that was him, but he didn't have, like...
He got it in Con Air.
Yeah.
Like, that was his next movie, I think, was after this. So.
Like, you were like, wow, that's Danny Trejo young?
Con Air was 97,
Yeah, had to be right after.
Yep.
Either that or they were sitting on this movie for a while because he looks really young in this movie.
He looks, very young.
It's just very odd.
Yeah.
Just because I see him as a certain image and nothing more.
One of the biggest eye rolls was, no thanks, I already have a wife.
Oh, when she's like, I'll turn
suck
you
the
into
life
slave
out
or
of you or something, or make you
Yeah.
my slave.
That was not
or-
originally in the script, and Clooney ad-libbed it.
Oh, really?
That was just kept in, and Tarantino
It's kind of a
liked it.
cheesy
It's so cheesy.
line.
It's a 90s
It's
cheesy
yes,
line.
It is, yeah.
As soon as I heard that in the trailer, I was like, God, this movie's going to suck.
Josh and I both watched this trailer and looked at each other and we're like, what in the fuck is Brett thinking that we're going to watch? Like, why would he choose this movie? Like, we were very dumbfounded and we did not want to watch this movie. We were like, this is going to suck. Like, we're going to have a few drinks in order to even enjoy it. We didn't. We still watched it. And
Salma Hayek is afraid of snakes.
oh, that scene where she's got the anaconda around
That's a
her?
real snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was done, you said, in one take?
One take.
One take.
And she only just moved
for
around with it
her.
because that snake could have killed her.
It looked like a constrictor.
Yeah.
It was a boa. Robert Rodriguez, the director, conned Salma Hayek into taking the part because he said that Madonna was interested.
There's no way.
Yeah. So the actual snake is called an albino Burmese python reticulus.
Okay. It's a big ass
So it's a
snake, and she had it
python.
wrapped around
A
her,
Burmese python.
and it could have killed her at any second.
Right. Yeah, she did not have a choreographer for her dance with the snake because, according to her, you cannot choreograph a live snake.
You cannot.
As soon as the music played, she just went with it.
What she did
because
was
of
absolutely perfect. Knowing what I know about snakes, you move with the snake. You do not ever go against a snake. So she did a very good job with what she did.
Yeah.
There was a scene that I never understood what Rodriguez is doing, and that's at the hotel when Seth gets back.
Okay.
And there's the real quick cuts to basically the murder scene of the bank teller.
That's his psyche.
That's what's going on in his head.
In whose head?
Tarantino's?
Tarantino's character.
Okay, but you're not looking through his perspective.
You're getting kind of like a
It's-
PTSD.
Yeah. It's like, it's hard to
Okay,
kind of...
well, I mean, people with PTSD can kind of explain this. It's kind of what
No,
happens with PTSD.
It's
You get
hard
flashes
to
like
explain.
that.
It's
I
flashes.
just never. I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie before.
It actually, they
It's
do
been
do it, I
portrayed in
believe,
another
in
movie.
Pulp Fiction. But it's quicker.
Yeah.
And they do it in Fight Club.
They do it in Fight Club.
See, I mean, the scene goes. Seth opens the door, and then that's when it happens, and the camera is on Seth, and then you see the real quick.
It's a good
real
tease.
fast
It's
flashes.
actually it's a good camera trick
I
that
mean,
kind
is.
of gets
you
the
don't need to
audience
see
interested.
to know what happened just
Mm-mm.
because of Seth's reaction to
I
it.
think it has something to do with that, but it's also just, I think, I don't think he wants to believe his brother is psycho
Sure.
and
Right.
fucked up. So I think that is him quickly seeing the what the whole picture is, and then automatically putting like a wall up in his head going, what the fuck did you just do? And just doesn't want to accept everything that his brother is. Because it's his brother. It's his family. He's got to take care of him no matter what. So I think that's probably part of it too.
Could be.
The green blood was used for the vampires to get past the movie censors, or
Yeah.
else it'd have been way too bloody.
Yeah.
Way too bloody.
It's already pretty.
It's
bloody.
already
Pretty messed up, right?
past the...
So
I think they went about right here to the top of the level where blood needs to
Right.
be.
The fast food burgers are Big Kahuna burgers.
No shit.
They are.
Really?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
What's a Big Kahuna burger?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction's burgers.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they also bring it back into From Paris with Love, I think.
Oh,
Royale
probably.
with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's a great movie. Even though the character of Earl McGraw, the sheriff or ranger, is immediately killed in this film, the same actor and character is played in Kill Bill Volume 1, Death Proof, and Planet Terror. So he
All of
reprised
his
his
stuff,
role
yeah.
as the same person.
Interesting.
So it
Did
kind
not
of
know
gives
that.
a little
Yeah,
bit of a
that's cool.
timeline
Yeah.
there.
I do like at the very, not to interrupt you.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
sorry.
You're fine.
I like at the end when it's panning back and you see that
See
it's
out
actually
that pit?
a temple.
Yeah.
And they've just been throwing all the truckers crap and bikers crap into this huge ravine, basically.
There's a lot. No, I understand why they sequeled it, because there's a lot you can play on that.
Sure.
Additionally, and they
Oh, yeah.
didn't. There's a lot
There's
of
so
lore.
much backstory that you can do, which they do. Like the next one is like a sequel, and I think the third one's a
Yes.
prequel.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
We watched the trailers to them.
Yeah, we did because we thought Wilmer
Valderrama was in it.
was in the third one based off of there was like some guy that looked like him, and it's not him.
Yeah. Sex Machine's crotch revolver.
Yes, I
That
want
sounds-
it.
that
I
is
want it
so
in Call of
stupid.
Duty so bad. I feel like that'd be the coolest weapon ever, and I would use it.
Speaking of Call of Duty, they're bringing back One in the Chamber this week.
Of course they are, but I'm still not going to play it.
Okay.
What about it?
It has been the source of much debate as a terrible idea because of the recoil would be like punching yourself in the groin.
I didn't think about that part. Maybe because it's not going to be
Well,
any.
the
My lady
way
bits might get hurt.
It's completely impractical because the way it looks, there's a barrel and the cylinders are down here, so the bullet couldn't even feed to the barrel anyway.
Right. It's
I don't know.
It's
I
just a
saw
comic
that and I was
thing.
like,
balls.
if they make like a video game, like a zombie video game or something, and that is an attachment, I'm like, I don't care if it costs money in DLC. That's something I'd buy. I'm like, that is just. I thought it was funny
It was a
and
good joke,
cool.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting to add.
I loved it.
So, George Clooney's character Seth says, no thanks, he already had a wife. In the series From Dusk Till Dawn, he stops to see her before going to Mexico. So you actually get to meet his wife before you see
Wow.
where everything takes place. The film inspired Joel Schumacher to cast Clooney in Batman and Robin, so you can thank him.
Really?
Huh.
Well, he could have skipped over that.
There are 3 movies and 1 TV series, actually, so there's
Yep.
3 movies altogether. Body count 122.
Sounds about right. I was like, it's in the hundreds.
Now the budget of this film had it was 19 million, and it did 59.3 in the box office.
Nice.
So not bad. Critics gave this a 63%, and fans gave it a 76.
Wow.
I think this is very entertaining due to the writing, but I don't. It's so bloody. I don't know if I could enjoy it.
I'm glad. I thought you wouldn't like it. I was actually telling Alex this the other day.
Yeah.
I thought if you accepted it for what it was and didn't think it was
yeah.
more than what it is,
Yeah.
you would enjoy it.
That's kind of what I do with Quentin Tarantino films.
You kind of have to.
I like to see where the story
You
goes.
can't really expect or predict where things are going to go in a Tarantino film.
Absolutely. Pulp Fiction threw me.
You got like 5 stories going on, and then you don't know when you're going to go back to this, or if it was actually the beginning of the movie, the end of the movie, the middle of the movie.
We saw Django Unchained as well.
Yeah,
so
Django was very good too.
I want to know what other.
There's plenty of them we haven't seen.
I want to know what movies he's done.
Well, staying on this one, Josh, what do you give it?
I give this one a 7.
I mean, I'll give it a 7. I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, I very oddly enjoyed this movie
Yeah.
from start to finish. I did not think Josh and I, seriously, you should have seen our faces when we saw the trailer. We were like, what in the fuck?
This isn't actually a Tarantino film, so it's produced by him. And
I say he has a producing credit, but he didn't
Okay.
write it, did he?
Let me see.
He had to
here.
have written this.
Let me go to written by Quentin Tarantino. He did not write it, so I guess.
Surprising.
Yes, he did. He did write it. From
Okay,
Dusk
I was
Till
gonna
Dawn.
say
Yes, he
that
did.
this is very much has his name on it, in my
So,
opinion.
Other movies we've watched of his, at least in the movie club for sure, was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes, like that
And we
one.
also watched Pulp Fiction.
Mhm.
Other movies that I've seen is Reservoir Dogs. We've also
Ooh.
seen Django Unchained,
I like Reservoir Dogs.
Inglourious Bastards.
See, I like Inglourious Bastards, but I'll never watch it again.
Right. I watched Kill Bill Volume 1. Never saw 2.
I've actually never sat through any Kill Bill. I've only seen
I've been
scenes.
wanting to see Hateful Eight, but that's about it.
Is that the Netflix one?
Mm-hmm. I think it's or maybe we're just thinking the Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
It's not the Adam Sandler thing. No, this one is Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Tim Roth is in it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing that one too. But anyways, it's a western.
What did you give it?
I gave it you gave it a 7?
Yeah,
I gave it a 7.
yeah.
I'll go with an 8.5.
Ooh, 8.5 for Brett.
Alex, what's the movie next time?
I have a choice, actually.
Good.
And I can't remember whether or not
I'll let you know if we've seen them.
Brett has seen.
I don't have a has seen list. I have the movie list.
Yes.
So.
I don't know whether or not Brett has seen either one of these. But I wanted to do something funny
Okay.
and older.
Oh boy.
From the growing up older.
Oh no, this might be bad.
But you know what comes to my head when she says
Mel
something
Brooks.
Never
like
ending
that?
story?
No, I think of what's that? Death Becomes Her stupid movie.
Oh yeah, that.
Why? It's hilarious.
that we hate it.
I love that movie.
You guys can quote it, and I'll laugh at the quotes, but I will not enjoy the movie.
Go on.
Okay, so Josh has already brought it up on the show today.
Go ahead. I don't know what.
Encino Man.
Okay.
That's a great movie.
Which, yes, in our opinion, I know we both love this movie, and I think it's an amazing Brandon Fraser film. Which is this his first? Isn't Encino Man his first film?
At least his first lead.
Like major film.
Yeah, first lead role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Encino Man, or I can't remember whether or not you've seen it or not, but Men in Tights.
Yeah, that was already in the movie club. Men in Tights was. Pretty
Are you
certain
sure?
it was. Pretty certain it was. Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, Men in
Robin
Tights.
Hood.
I don't remember that.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
I am voting Encino Man because I've been wanting to watch it.
Yeah, I'll go with Encino Man.
Okay.
Now,
I personally
Encino Man-
love this movie.
Encino Man is a long. People call it a trilogy of Pauly Shore. They can call it a quad trilogy if they want to put in Biodome. But it is Encino Man, Son-in-Law, and In the Army Now. Those are the three. You've seen In the Army Now.
Have you seen
And-
Son-in-Law?
And Son-in-Law.
Son-in-Law.
You have
Okay.
not seen Encino Man.
Correct.
Okay.
This is going to be like the trifecta because this is where
Yeah.
he started. This is where Pauly Shore got, I think, his.
This
I
is
think this is his
definitely
break.
you can tell
this
that
come out
the
before?
top 3 actors in
It
this
did.
movie are like not in their prime, but you can tell that they are going to be big.
Who's the friend in Encino Man? Doesn't Pauly Shore have a friend?
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin.
Okay.
Yeah. And
They're
so
very young.
be on the lookout for Short Round.
I guess, yeah. I really had no idea he was in it.
This is not good on Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's a
it's
90s.
It's a stupid teenager movie.
It is, but it's
But
so funny.
How does an audience have it at a 56?
Oh,
It's
that's
a
bullshit.
15%.
Go to like Google
critics.
and see how many people have liked it.
Well, IMDb has it a 5.8 out of 10. Came out in May of 1992. So the basic synopsis of this movie is, I'm gonna get the IMDb up. When 2 boys find a frozen caveman in their backyard, these high school outcasts thaw him and introduce him to modern life, while he in turn gets them to actually enjoy life. Now it has Sean Astin, Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore. No one else really big. Okay, so his name is Ke Huy Quan, and he is in this. Yep.
The actor.
Yes.
Okay, Short Round.
Short Round
K-Hoi
is
Kwan.
in this.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in it. So I'm really excited to watch this one. It's not any.
We
streaming.
actually, I don't think you and I've put this movie in since.
I showed it to you
Well, yeah, I know you showed it to me. You're the one that introduced
because
me to
you
the
see
movie, but-
Brendan Fraser in a loincloth.
Yeah, you do. And
You almost
Brandon
see his
Fraser
junk.
And Brandon Fraser in a loincloth.
I'm saying this is before Tarzan, or not Tarzan.
George of the Jungle?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'd love to see. Speaking of kids movies, did you see the trailer to the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, I did not.
It actually looks great. They are portraying teenage voices.
So is it computer animated?
Yeah,
then?
it's gonna look like Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know if you've seen
Okay.
that.
I haven't, but
You
I know
haven't.
the style.
Yeah. Seth Rogen is going to voice Bebop, so he's going to voice another pig. I don't know why he's obsessed with that. Paul Rudd is going to be Mondo Gecko.
Yep.
Giancarlo Esposito is going to play Baxter Stockman. Jackie Chan will play Master Splinter.
Love it.
Rose Byrne will play Leatherhead. I'm not familiar.
He's a crocodile.
John Cena will play Rocksteady.
Okay.
Now we know one voice for the turtles.
Oh, they haven't announced who's.
Oh no, they've announced the voices.
Oh,
but
like
we
we
know
know.
we've seen
Oh.
him. Raphael is played by Brady Noon. I was wondering if you'd get his voice. He played Thor in The Good Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that was a spectator.
Oh,
So
Yep.
he's going to play Raphael.
cool.
So pretty interesting.
All right.
He's the one that sang at the end, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Man, I forgot about that movie. Was that a movie club movie? I don't think it was.
I
think we just
think
watched
we just
it.
watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that Ben Savage is running for
I
governor?
did. I thought it was senator.
Oh, he's running for Congress.
Congress. Yep.
What?
Oh my God.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. 2024. He's running Democrat.
Oh, okay.
He grew up in here's quotes from this. He grew up in a household that was very passionate about politics and revered President John F. Kennedy. Here's a quote from him. I want to see positive, optimistic leaders who are there to fix things, get things done, and do some good in Washington.
Well, you got to stand behind that
You have to
statement.
stand behind that statement.
Hopefully you can live up to that statement.
I agree. Alex and I watched the preview for Dead Island 2. I'm buying it. It's going to be amazing. The only issue I'm having is they're saying it's a little repetitive.
Maybe you should wait and don't get into a Back for Blood situation.
But that's the thing. I didn't hate Dead Island 1.
Okay. But
I could have kept going with it. Oh, no, I went back to it.
No, I mean, it's been a long time between
10 years?
development.
That doesn't matter.
It could.
They didn't change it by the gameplay from what we saw.
No.
That you still see the same exact health bar from the zombies. You
Mhm.
still have amazing executions. You still have boss battles. He said that he did a 5-hour demo, and in the entire 5-hour demo, he had no vehicles, no guns. So he was just doing a
Until
lot of
the
melee.
end.
So
When
that
they
might
give you a
be
gun.
like cut down when the actual campaign comes out and you get a gun early. So I'm not too worried about it.
It looks good. It looks very good.
Along with looking good, the Super Mario Brothers movie cannot do any wrong anymore, I don't think. In my opinion.
Watching the newest trailer gave me chills and made me feel like a little kid.
I can't wait to see this film. I'm gonna be a 9-year-old.
For
Josh
how much
again.
trash I feel like I gave it the moment it was announced. Like, it is super grown on me.
I think I
they're going
understand how
to
the
do
story's
it right.
gonna go. I think I know how the story's gonna go. Bowser's gonna come in. He's gonna kidnap Luigi, and Mario and Princess Peach are gonna have to go after him, and they just go.
So it
into
changes up the story a little bit
A li-
because, usually it's Peach that you have to save.
normally, but in the original Mario movie, they had to go after. They had to find Luigi.
In the Mario movie?
He had a live action.
The one that's...
That's terrible. John
Really? I
Leguizamo.
guess I don't really remember
I don't remember much of it.
Yeah.
I just remember that.
I just remember it. I didn't even like it as a child.
Yeah.
So it was that
Did you ever see the
bad.
Mario movie?
I did not.
What was your first video game movie?
I have no idea.
That's a good question.
I don't know what my one. Probably this one. Or the...
No. I mean, think about Detective Pikachu. Start going beyond the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider.
Probably the first one that I watched on purpose was Hitman.
Tomb Raider.
Hitman was 07.
Tomb Raider was
No,
earlier
Tomb
than
Raider
that.
was
I have
Angelina
not seen
Jolie.
an Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider.
What?
Oh, I figured that was something
You
you'd seen.
weren't. Then you were not a teenager in the early 2000s.
Well,
I feel like
was.
everybody has seen that one. Like, even
Right?
if they sucked or not. Like,
I didn't even play a Tomb Raider game until 2013.
2003. I didn't either. I've never touched a Tomb
It
Raider
was
game.
more
really.
like, and the only reason I saw the Angelina Jolie ones is because my mom watched them.
I had the hots for her, so that's why. And then also Sean Bean's in it too.
Yeah,
Didn't know
He's
that.
Alex,
Gerard Butler, I think, is one
right?
of them too. What?
he's Alex.
I think so.
Yeah.
I got to talk about this one big thing that came out of the news last week that I really wanted to talk about when we had our show. Brett, have you ever lost a pet?
Lost as in...
ran away.
Well, our family dog, actually 2 of them that I know of, especially the second one, I think she left to die and didn't want us to find her.
That's a little different, but
So
I get that.
That's really it.
That's about it. Alex, you've lost a few from runaways.
A couple.
Yeah. But
Cats.
I've lost... I don't think I've lost any yet.
I mean, honestly,
Knock
up
on
until
wood.
about 10 years ago, I was still wondering if Twinks is alive and at a...
She's a little aged now. She probably not.
There's
There's
definitely no way she would be alive right now.
Well, what I'm getting
But
at
I would
here,
still love to know where she went.
a missing cat from Miami, Florida was miraculously found in Kansas City, Missouri, 2 years after it went missing.
Wow.
1,400 miles away.
So it was found in
Kansas City, Missouri.
How was it found?
Probably a microchip.
Microchip.
Yep.
Just a happy reminder to microchip your pets. It's like a second dog tag if they
Had
go
It
running
is.
away.
Homeward bound situation, except not.
That is crazy, though.
Homeward away.
Homeward
Right?
away. It's like, screw you. I didn't want to be
The only
near
thing I
you.
can think of is that it was like... I mean, I guess how did they find it?
Well, they caught it and they brought it to the vet.
Oh, like it was a stray?
Yeah, like
Oh.
they caught it on and they
Okay,
scanned
well,
it.
the only thing I can think of is like it ran away from a person. Somebody else found it. The
Traveled
within
with
2
it
years, I highly doubt. I mean, it's a cat, but I highly doubt it traveled
on its own.
on foot from Florida to Kansas City.
Right.
It's very difficult to think about. I can see like maybe it was picked up by somebody and traveled multiple times and eventually ran away from this person, eventually ran
Yeah,
away from, and
I
then
know,
made
right?
its way to Kansas. But either way, that's still the fact that 2 years later
Mhm.
they found they found it, and it's that far away from their owner.
Yeah, I've never had. If I had a pet run away, I don't remember it, but I think maybe my family dog when I was a kid might have, but she was retrieved because I don't remember it very well. But I remember always people saying like, "Oh, this ran away, this ran away." It's like you just give up hope after a couple of days. A lot of people do.
Oh, I didn't.
Well, no, you're a believer.
I am, because I've seen miracle cases.
Your miracle cases are few and far between. Stop.
They-
You give me false hope all the time when that
I
happens.
know, but I've seen them.
I know. When Layla was on her downward spiral, Alex said to me, "She can come back." And I said, "No, I don't think so."
I've seen a handful of cases
I know you have.
that have miraculously come back.
But that's like false hope, you know?
For my eyes, it's not.
Be on the lookout in the space. There is an asteroid the size of 69 alligators passing by Earth here soon.
Okay, couldn't they use any other analogy other than 69
Why
alligators? 69 baby alligators, 69 adult alligators, female, male, ridgeback
This is
breed.
just how the article states. It's on Science Times. I don't get it.
I think that would burn up.
It's gonna be it's approaching Earth actually tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh, tonight, by the way.
Yeah. A massive asteroid about the size of 69 American alligators
American alligators.
will pass
Okay.
by Earth
Well,
Tuesday.
that's an actual brand or breed, though.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know shit
Wait, how'd
about
you know that?
alligators.
I don't know. I read it somewhere.
I trust Brett's memory.
Read that in a book. I just made that up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know why they would give that number.
Is
but
there
it's-
something else that compares to 69 adult
Okay, here we
American
go.
alligators
The space rock
in
is an
size?
estimated diameter of 320 meters. Lead with that.
Why don't the size of like a state or
What's
a
320
couple
meters?
cars
It
or
certainly
something?
wouldn't be the size of a state.
What's 320 meters?
I don't know.
Couple cars? Could have gone with cars, right?
No, 320 meters is way bigger than a couple cars.
Well, 69 alligators. You're going to compare alligators to cars right here.
Okay, so it's over 1,000 feet.
So it's a mile.
That's all I can tell you.
Well, how much is a mile?
A mile is 5,000 feet.
Oh, I'm stupid. A fifth of a mile. They could say 1/5 of a mile. We should be running in one one standard measurement anyway.
Josh,
Let's stop with the meters, kilometers, miles, feet bullshit.
I'm an idiot.
I wasn't afraid to just flat out say it.
Honestly, I wasn't thinking either. I'm like
5,280 feet in a mile.
Yeah. I'm not on Who Wants to
So
Be a
it's not
Millionaire,
even a mile.
right?
So how are we able to see it? Is it just that close?
Well, no, I'm saying that's how big it is. I don't know.
How big is Haley's comet? That's the last comment we saw, right?
Wait, it said it's 590 feet wide. Wait, diameter of 320. Okay. It'll weigh around 31,000 kilograms. How do they know that?
I don't know. There's science.
Math.
Yeah, science and math. Figuring it out.
It'll be-
How
it'll be-
fast it's going, how big it's going.
It'll be
How
384.
big it's going?
Is that
How
what
big it's going? How big it's going,
There's
guys?
a lot of equations and stuff going through my brain right now. I'm trying to figure things out to make it simpler to making it more difficult.
It's worse.
So are we gonna be able to see this shit or not?
Probably
I'd like
not.
to see
It's been
69
very-
alligators.
It's been very cloudy out
It'll be
today.
384,000 kilometers away from our planet, so maybe not. I don't know why.
Well,
they
then why
even
the hell
announced-
do I care?
I think they were announcing this so in case it hits us, they were wrong.
Yeah, but
Grandpa,
They're
remember?
just covering their tracks. Remember
Grandpa.
those 69 alligators that hit Earth?
I don't think that is big enough to.
You'd be
I think that
surprised what it
burns
could
up.
do, though.
Yeah, I
Like,
would
I don't
think
know
so.
what it.
If
I
it's
don't-
less than a mile big, I would think it would.
I
burn
am
up.
not an astronomer. I don't have that knowledge. I wish I did.
It hits Earth and it takes out like a chunk, and then that's what Oh, Dad, remember that time when you were in your 30s? How big were they estimating that? Oh, it was about 69 American alligators.
I saw this dumbest meme. Okay, I saw this dumbest meme. It's this crater and there's grass all over it, and someone just said on the top, "There's a building right next to it." It's obviously the visitor center. They said, "Thank God the meteor crashed right next to that visitor center, or else we wouldn't have it in the proper spot." I was like, God, that's just the dumbest meme ever. That just came to mind. It's like if it crashes Earth, we'll have to build a visitor center.
So we could visit the crater.
Visit the crater. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Well,
all
this is where the 69
That's all I had.
alligators
Do you guys
go.
have anything else you wanted to get into today?
Oh, I did want to tell you guys. On Netflix, there's a documentary called the Murdaugh Murders.
Oh yeah, I've already followed it.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
You did. Are you sure? 'Cause
Why'd you
don't
look-
sound
why'd you look-
convinced.
Well, because there's a couple different things you can watch.
Oh well.
Did
I
you watch
watched it-
like the from beginning to end of like this docu-series where it follows like his son, one of the sons that actually like kills a girl or gets blamed for killing a girl for riding a boat drunk, and she flies off and they can't find
The one that
her.
I watched was 3 episodes, and the first one starts with the boat crash.
Then yes, I've watched
Okay.
that. Yeah,
The
it's really
boat
fucking
crash.
stupid
Well,
and it
he-
makes me angry.
He just got sentenced.
Didn't
like,
he
Yeah,
get,
to
like-
life,
didn't
and
he
it
get, like,
makes that makes
7
me
life?
happy.
Like 7 or 8 life
I
sentences.
don't know what
He
his
got a
barely
number of
was.
life.
He got
sentences.
enough that I think personally.
Isn't it a whole family? I don't know anything about the.
So-
Can you guys explain it? Because I don't
Brett
know
could
anything
probably
about this.
explain it
So
better.
basically,
Did you watch
it's
the whole
a-
thing? Oh,
The
okay.
the guy, it's a small town in South Carolina, and the guy in particular is the son of a descendant line of lawyers. So they just know they have full command of the law in this town, and they basically cover up anytime one of their own relatives, and mainly their sons, get in trouble. They cover it up. And this
Oh.
boat ride killed a young girl, and
Oh.
they tried to make sure that their drunk son who was driving did not get
Wow. Really?
get it pinned on him, and he actually got acquitted.
Well, are they going to revisit that case now?
Probably not.
I'm not sure how
You
it
can
works.
reopen cases.
But that's not that part has nothing to do with why he was incarcerated.
It more like builds.
So
Yeah.
is there more killing? Is
Yes.
there more-
There's
There's like what 8 deaths
definite pattern of deaths associated
that basically
with this
associated
family.
with this family.
And
How
it
can you be
brings
so
it ends
cold?
up catching the attention of like journalists outside of that area saying, what is going on here?
You don't want that type of publicity if you're doing something that bad, I'm sure. Like with them, that's stupid.
And
Like,
he ended up killing his son and wife. And
I
that's what he
saw the
got-
TikTok about that,
that's
like
what
an
he
animation
got
about it.
Convicted.
Oh my god!
If you actually watch that part of the docu-series and you see how like how it was done, you're like, it just looks so obvious.
I saw the video of it, like,
and then everything leading up to, like, all the history and stuff leading up to that specific two
wasn't there a
murders.
security camera on that spot too?
There was a security camera in, like, the kennels or
yeah.
something.
That's what I'm talking about.
The last line in the last episode is, "Did Netflix do something about me?"
Really?
Yeah, he's talking to his son on, like, the prison phone, and his oldest son, and they're just talking about the case or whatever, and he's like, "Did Netflix make a show about me?" And that's the last thing you hear.
This is the problem with that kind of stuff, because there they get the fame. I don't like that fame that you get off of that kind of stuff. It's like, no, when you tell the stories, that's when they get noticed, and the noticing isn't positive. Well, it's positive, not always negative,
especially since he's paying for his crimes. And he was incarcerated before this came out, so
yes.
True.
It's really just to tell a story, because before this, there they were operating for years in this small town doing whatever they wanted.
It was generations too.
Yeah. Like, I believe I think his grandpa founded the law firm, and then his dad turned it big.
Okay.
And then these sons didn't want anything to do with law, and they just lived off of the fact that they could get away anything scot-free.
They had money, and they could do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, they had full protection. Like, there's a part in the docuseries that said, like, the kid, he was, like, driving drunk or something, and, like, rolled his truck, and his girlfriend called the police, and he flipped out and was like, "Why would you do that? Call my and he's on the phone calling my grandpa. My grandpa will fix this."
So
and all they did was they come, and before the cops or something got there or whatnot, they cleared the vehicle of all of the alcohol and whatnot to make it look like it wasn't a drunk driving accident.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. They're like, just call my grandpa. He'll come in, pick us up, and get me out of this.
Consequences of your actions, bro.
Yeah, he basically lived like, I can never get in trouble no matter what I do. And he was
like
a severe alcoholic.
People that get away with it from day one, they're
he's in high school, right?
Yeah. They're gonna see what else they're gonna get away with. It's gonna escalate because they're gonna do the next thing, the next rush, the next rush.
He just thinks he's cool as shit.
Yeah. Well, now they have a docu-series out and we're talking about it. They get the publicity.
Yeah, well, he's a scumbag.
It's a very well done documentary, and
okay.
It's basically, it's stuff out of a movie that you think couldn't happen in real life. Well, it does, and it did.
HBO used to be the documentary place to go. Now it's Netflix, and Netflix is really good about their productions on documenting, and they can even document. They did this documentary. We watched this one it was about a shooting. It was a family.
I've watched so
many in
many.
California.
The Menendez brothers?
No, it was.
Are you talking about the real life one that really hit home, like back in 2020, where there was cameras everywhere?
No, the family was making up the story. They didn't trust the cops.
Yeah, I kind of remember what you're talking about.
But there was a suburban family that didn't like the cops, and they were just hiding all of the evidence and but they didn't do anything wrong or anything. I don't remember.
I know. There's so many of these things. It's kind of ridiculous how many people can get not necessarily behind the law, but play with things to make it look like nothing happened.
There's just some investigations that they just talk about. There's one that I don't remember what one it is, but it's one where the woman goes out to the water. Like she has that car at the church. What show was it we were watching that where her car was at the church and she walked out into the water barefoot and it was in the middle of the snow?
I don't remember. I know that one, but I don't know the names of these.
I don't know why I'm coming to you for sources.
No, I've already seen it. It's done. It's checked out of my mind. That's when I watch these crime shows and stuff. I watch it just to
kind of like the one about the nun.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what the name of that is, but that was
The Keepers.
The Keepers. Yes, if you say it, then I'll remember what it is because I know exactly about it. We were really invested in that.
That was
one.
Netflix's
that
second
one was
biggest.
Terrifying.
Very terrifying.
Really messed up, and it was eye-opening.
Yeah. So again, that's why I watched.
But you're gonna get to an obsession level where you don't trust a single human being.
Should you?
You don't trust me?
I trust you.
Oh, okay, but you
I
just said,
trust
should you?
Like, I have a certain trust circle, but that's been my whole life.
Then you can't expand that circle.
I can cautiously.
Have you?
Yes, plenty of times.
Okay, I guess we have.
Yeah. But I like learning from these other experiences. That's why I watch it.
Right. You get to read people a little bit differently.
I feel like I'm a very good people reader. So
Oh, you always have been.
yeah. So that's why.
It's like Alex is like, she can tell when there's a good person in the room.
Yeah. Kind
She's
of.
like, I don't like being here. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you guys have anything else you want to touch on?
No.
I don't think so. I
think
don't
Alex
think
might.
I had anything else. No.
I had a sudden realization the other day.
Oh yeah.
If you're a guy who aims for stamina and length of time in the boudoir, like when you're going at it in the bedroom, the best time to bang is when daylight savings ends. You get an extra hour in the number.
That was poor.
Just thought I'd lead on that one. I made that one
That
up
was
actually
poor.
in my head, so oh shush.
Unless
thought
she
it
was,
was
you know,
good.
blindfolded or something, and they're like, "Oh, look, see, we went like a couple hours."
Right? Exactly. Because I saw a TikTok the other day.
Wouldn't
of
that
this-
be when it starts though? Because you gain an hour.
Right, because if you're at like 1:45 and at 2:00 it jumps to 3, you're sitting at an hour 15 right
Oh,
there.
I see what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I'm not
there
talking
you
about when
go.
it starts in
I
the
get
fall.
you.
I'm talking about in
okay.
the spring when it ends.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, I saw a TikTok of these nurses recording this clock. It's a hand clock
Yeah.
that on daylight savings that automatically shifts forward an hour on its own. It's an older clock too that does it on its own.
Cool.
There's a recording of them doing
Oh,
it.
that's odd.
It's kind of stupid. They're recording a clock.
It is,
But it's like one of those satisfying things. You don't have to set a clock. It does it all on its own. All on its own. And so yeah, that just made me come up with that. I was like, huh, best time to bang would be when that clock sets itself.
Wow.
Like, man, that was a good time. Record.
Record.
Oh man. So Alex, do you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yes, if you would like to watch me game, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I'm on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. I am playing, hopefully, some more Destiny, Lightfall. And
That's probably going to be it for you, right?
well, no, I think we'll go back and forth between that and Halo Infinite, just because I think we, as of Sunday night, I feel like our squad has finally picked it up.
Yeah.
Like, I think we found our soft spot finally. Like, we were all getting great accuracy, good kills. I think we're getting
63% accuracy
I
on
know.
a match.
I was just like, I kind of was like, oh, I'm feeling it now.
That's amazing accuracy, by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
double mine.
Thank you. But I'm like, I'm finally feeling it, and I think it's just because of the new maps. The maps are the big thing. The old maps are just they're not right.
Yeah, remember when we went on the old map, the one that was in the market? You hated that match. Patrick
I
was
know.
yelling the whole time.
I know, because we hate it. The newer stuff is like, actually, it's like thought went into it versus like, let's just throw down what we have. Hopefully it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I feel like we're getting it now.
I'm
Now, is
digging
it compared to not Infinite, to the other collection of Halo and multiplayers? No,
Yeah,
it's
Patrick's
not on
like,
that level.
Just
But I
put
feel
me
like
on Reach. Put me on Reach. Well, you can play Reach. Well, we just have to install it.
it'll take 13 hours to install.
Yeah, we can do it though.
But yes, that's what I'm playing.
As far as my stream goes, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can find me on stream Thursday and Saturday, Thursday evening, Saturday morning, and I believe I'm going to start Sunday morning this week. So I'll be doing Sunday morning, Saturday morning, and Thursday evenings. No longer doing the Wednesday ones because of my travels at work right now. And that might change again, depending on the way work goes. So if I work from home next time or whatever, who knows. As far as our podcast goes, we'd appreciate it if you guys hit the like button on this channel, on this video, and hit the subscribe button for just to be notified. Also, when we're live, hit that as well. And as far as our social media goes, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find us on there. Search PTO Unlimited. Follow our Discord as well. Also, make sure you guys are checking out our merchandise. I am wearing the hat, old T-shirt that's no longer available, but it's vintage. This is our old logo.
Discord?
What's that?
Are you pulling up Discord?
Oh, I do have to pull up Discord.
I was waiting to see if you were gonna pull that up.
Thank you for reminding me. I would have forgotten. So we have a photo to pull up as well for the merch and a little bit of a shout out here.
A call out.
As soon as Discord loads up, don't at me, Alex.
We have a call out.
You do the work, and I'll sit here like you do. Was that on
announcements?
Announcements.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's open in browser. There we go. A lot of hang-ups right there too. All right.
So speaking of merch.
Speaking of merch, guys. Where's my screen? There it is. Right there we got Jeff, our number one fan. He's got a hoodie, mug, beanie, t-shirts, and baseball cap.
He's got everything.
He's got everything so far, except for we don't have tumblers apparently.
No, we don't have tumblers, but we do have a women's tank top.
Yeah, we'll have more.
That's literally the only PTO Unlimited podcast merch piece that he does not own.
Right. So I appreciate the support, Jeff. You're awesome. We love that you got all that. That mug looks amazing, actually.
Yeah, he just got that in today and got a second.
And he got a second mug in too, right?
Yes. He doesn't know if he bought two or not.
Oh, okay.
But that's awesome. Right. I think he's probably the only one that we know
that has
personally
all of our
that
merch.
has every single thing.
Right. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Brett_Wings.
Cute _Kitty.
Final note. I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
I actually asked this to Andrew, cousin Andrew, first. He did not know, and I was disappointed. I was at work the other day, and I had to pick some chips, and it just popped into my head. In the episode of The Office where Jim has to help Karen get her chips, what was the brand of chips and what flavor of chips?
Hers or Hares. It's HERRS.
Okay.
And the type of chip, I believe.
I don't know, but I know the seed.
Because the only thing I associate that brand with is those ketchup chips that I used to buy.
Yeah, I know.
I just bought them once. Don't think I went back and did it again. I want to say it was sour cream and onion.
That's my gut, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it sour cream and onion?
You're close. It's salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar. That's the brand I got.
Hers
right.
was correct.
Hers.
Yeah. So
is it hers? Is that?
It's HERR''S.
Yeah.
So I was picking. We have Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar.
Okay.
And I'm like, and then that scene popped into my head, and so cousin Andrew's such a big Office fan. I asked him.
Yeah.
And he didn't know.
Really?
He didn't have a clue.
Don't take him to trivia. Yeah, that's it for us as well, guys.
Oh, we've got one more shout out.
What
did we do a couple days ago?
Yeah. Holy cow, how did I forget about this? I don't know why.
How could I forget?
Okay, well, and you know what? Here's the thing. I drove, so I've been on the road
yes,
today.
Yes, I know. That's
so
why I'm being
Alex
your brain
is on
right
the
now.
couch all day.
I'm being your brain.
She did nothing, had the day off, whereas me, I
was off too.
You look tired.
I don't think so. I think he looks awake.
Okay. We were on the It Be Like That podcast on Sunday, and it was 2 hours of like a lot.
Everything. 2 hours of everything.
An introduction to ourselves and a conversation with them. I feel like if we are on again, we'll be able to do a longer conversation on just regular stuff instead of just doing a full intro of ourselves on their show. We did 14 questions, I believe, right?
Something like that.
It was a high number of questions, and each one of us went around and gave our full info of ourselves.
And we played a really fun game at the end.
Sex move or wrestling move, and Patrick is undefeated apparently against guests.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really
close.
I was really trying, but I don't watch enough wrestling to remind myself that sometimes.
Well, he'd mix it up with old moves and new moves.
Right, but I know that he didn't do too many new moves. Actually, he was
but I'm saying older. Like he mixed it up.
Yeah, but when he did some, there was like the last ride. It's like, oh, we know that.
Yeah, we know
one.
that one.
So yeah, we were on there on Sunday. They were like, we're gonna go about an hour and a half. We went 2 hours.
Well, when you have to think about it, they're interviewing 3 individuals.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking.
A lot of talking. There's a lot to say too.
Yeah.
We had a lot.
It was a lot of fun though. I liked being on their show.
Yeah, it's a good time. Maybe we'll have. Well, we don't do a lot of like remote. We have our guests locally. So if any of them are visiting, of course we'll have them on. But yeah. We're gonna get out of here, guys. Make sure you guys are checking out the It Be Like That podcast. It's on Twitch. The VOD will only be up for another few days, so make sure you guys are checking that out. I think it might be on. They'll put it on YouTube though. So
And it's their initials at Twitch, right?
yeah, IBLT podcast. Twitch.tv/IBLT podcast. If they get enough followers on there, you can get them affiliated. So that'd be great.
Do it.
I would love for them to have that. So
Do it.
I'm gonna say we're gonna get out of here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Bye guys. Have a good one.